Do you get angry? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. How do you handle it? Yeah, please. Somebody was trying to speak. Yes.
Sandeep ji, for me as a trainer, of course, number one, I do get angry if my participants don't switch on the camera.
Okay.
Totally annoyed.
Uh,
And in the home front, I can control myself
uh,
if there is no trigger, meaning that whenever I don't get whatever I want, sometimes I'm able to control, meaning that whenever the anger thought comes, I do control it with prayer, with gratitude, and of course, laughter yoga. But sometimes when there's pain can definitely trigger anger and anxiety. And
right.
so yeah, and these few days I'm able to control it with physiotherapy, but sometimes I do feel anger, especially during the last week of being in my 37.
Hmm.
Next week I'm 38. Saturday I'm 38. So obviously when you are entering the phase of a new age,
Hmm.
you are you cannot feel mixed feelings.
All
When,
right.
but yeah, I'm able to control it. But then
Oh,
my question to you is,
uh,
you might want to address it after your talk
right.
during question and answer. Now I will ask you to save it for later, that how do I address my triggers?
Okay. All right. So you said like, you get angry and you do certain stuff, right? Hmm. Okay. Ashmi, आपने लिखा, I'm reminded of respond and not react. Very good. All right. So everybody has some kind of triggers, right? So we all get angry. We all get angry. It is up to us. How do we respond onto it or react onto it, right? So it is our choice. We need to exercise our choice. So first of all, we need to understand or be aware of our triggers also, right? So you said that you get angry when your participant doesn't come on video. So that means I should also get angry with you all who are not on video. Doesn't work like that, right? You can't force anybody, right? But yes, let us understand anger in a deeper sense. इसको थोड़ा detail में समझते हैं, थोड़ा deeper sense में जाके समझते हैं, and then we'll be able to understand that what exactly is the anger. Of course, that is a natural human emotion. Anger is also a natural human emotion. You cannot escape it, right? Or you cannot escape from it. All right. Okay. So and now I'm going to share my screen. All right, just a minute. Okay. Are you able to see my screen? My screen is visible to all of you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So as the topic suggests, understanding anger and its management. So let us understand first, what is anger? All right. So anger is an intense emotion. Intense emotion. I was just telling you that's a human emotion. just like any other emotions we go through. Anger is an intense emotion you feel when something has gone wrong or someone has wronged you, right? So it can be a situation where something has gone wrong or someone has maybe pointed out that you are wrong and you feel frustrated, you get irritated. So that feeling of anger starts pouring in, right? So that is what one thing, that it's a strong, intense emotion like any other emotion, right? It is typically characterized by feeling of stress, frustration, and irritation. All right. So feeling of stress, frustration, and irritation, it is all characterized by that, your anger. Everyone feels anger from time to time. Nobody can escape from it, as I was mentioning. So everybody feels anger from time to time. Intensity of anger can be different, right? Can be different from individual to individual, that differs, right? It is perfectly normal response to frustrating or difficult situation, right? Whenever we face any frustrating situation, any difficult situation, we get it's a automatic kind of a response or emotions we get, and we get ultimately the anger emotion as anger, right? Anger only becomes a problem. When does it become a problem? Anger only becomes a problem when it is excessively displayed and begins to affect your daily functioning and the way you relate with people. So when the anger issues become chronic, or it becomes a pattern, or it becomes an habit, right? Then it is a problem, right? Then it is that then that has to be taken care of, in certain senses. Either you should take a medical help or professional help or whatever. So whenever it is going out of control, then you need to be aware that where is my limit. You need to be aware of that, right? And then when you are aware all the time, then you can control your anger also. You can do certain things also to control or come out of the anger, right? So that's become the problem is, when the problem is that anger is becoming a pattern, habit, so then you need to take care of it. Anger can range in intensity from slight annoyance to rage. किसी के साथ थोड़ा सा उसको उकसा दो या बात कर लो तो कोई थोड़ा सा annoy हो जाए कोई, तो एकदम से slight annoyance से भी वो एकदम से एकदम flare up हो जाता है, right? Intensity can be different from individual to individual, as I said, right? It can sometimes be excessive or irrational. जब हम anger में होते हैं, जब हम क्रोध में होते हैं, जब गुस्से में होते हैं, तो then rational, irrational का meaning नहीं रह जाता. Most of the time, if we look back to those particular situations or circumstances, most of the जिस चीजों पे, जिस situations पे हमने गुस्सा किया था, वो irrational ही था most of the time. In these cases, it can be hard to keep the emotion in check. When we are in anger, जब हम anger में होते हैं, तो it is very difficult for us कि हम अपने इस particular emotion को check में रखें. Otherwise, we would have हम लोग control कर लेते हैं ना उसको, उस time वो गुस्सा आता ही नहीं. So in these cases, it can be hard to keep the emotion in check and could cause you to behave in a way you would not otherwise behave. It is not your natural behavior, right? But at the same time, when you get that behavior by either it's a pattern or a habit or slight annoyance or rage, whatever, right? So at that particular point of time, you cannot check that particular emotion. That is why we get frustrated and it gets to anger issues, as we call it, anger issues. We will talk about anger issues also here. We'll talk about signs of anger issues, and we'll also talk about how to deal with those people who are having anger issues, right? Because we are living in a society, we are living in a family, right? We come across daily these kind of behaviors with our nears and dears also. So we need to understand, and we need to be aware also that how you have to deal with it. आपको कैसे उनको डील करना है। तो जब तक आपको अवेयरनेस नहीं होगी, यू विल बी डीलिंग इट इन योर ओन वे, एंड वो जो सिचुएशन है वो ठीक होने की बजाय और खराब होती जाएगी। सो दिस इज प्रिसाइजली द एंगर इज ऑल अबाउट। नाउ what happens when we get angry? Anybody can put a throw a light on it. What happens when we get angry? Any thought which is coming right now in your mind? What happens when we get angry? क्या होता है जब आप गुस्से में होते हो, right? When you get angry,
What happens when we get angry, Sandeep ji? As a trainer, how I feel when I get angry, as a trainer, as a motivational speaker, I know we're not supposed to get angry because we're fully motivated, but sometimes it happens. What happens is that high heart rate, that's number one, muscle tension, and then feeling that I'm not good enough,
right?
and feeling that feeling of uh, fa- faint, dizzy and faintness.
Okay. So Ashmi has written, anger comes, wisdom goes. Blood and cells are agitated. Yes. All right. So we'll see one by one what happens when we get angry. Right. Thanks for your response, Rajvin. And let's see. Our
Sometimes
body.
we can't control ourselves when we get angry.
Right. Right. So when we get angry, our body goes through biological and physiological changes also, right? What are those changes? So biological changes, number one, increased energy levels. Increased energy levels means you are raised on your energy level, unnecessary, right? इसकी जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन हमारा एनर्जी लेवल जो है जहां पे चाहिए होता है वहां पे तो होता नहीं है, जहां पे नहीं चाहिए होता है एनर्जी लेवल वहां पे जैसे नेगेटिव है ना ये एंगर एज ए इमोशन, सो इंक्रीज्ड एनर्जी लेवल्स यहाँ पे हमें देखने को मिलते हैं, राइट? एंड देन रेज्ड ब्लड प्रेशर, your BP becomes high, right? Isn't it? If you check your BP at that point of time, even in your normal human being जिसको बीपी की समस्या नहीं है, right? अगर वो भी गुस्सा करेगा या एंगर में रहेगा तो या उस पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन में जो हैंडल कर रहा होगा एंगर की, उसका बीपी चेक करोगे, इट विल बी हायर बीपी, राइट? एंड स्पाइक इन हार्मोन्स, right? Spike in hormones, increase in body temperature, and increase muscle tension, as Rajvin was saying. So these things are there when you get angry. Now you see, when you get angry, you are going through these biological and physiological changes at the same time. Now see how much pressure you are taking. So we need to be aware कि मुझे, जैसे अश्मी जी ने बोला कि रिएक्ट और रिस्पॉन्ड की बात करनी है, सो हम उस पे कैसे रहें कि हम जो है हमें हमेशा रिस्पॉन्ड ही करना है, रिएक्ट नहीं करना है, राइट? So many things which is coming out as far as the biological changes. Our body goes through these kind of changes when we are angry, or when we go through that anger emotion, right? So how much harm it is giving us, this needs to be thought. So this needs to be, लेकिन हम उस टाइम, मैंने अभी क्या बोला कि उस टाइम हम अपने इमोशन को चेक में नहीं रख पाते हैं. इट्स ए नेचुरल टेंडेंसी, नहीं हो पाता वो, राइट? Whether I'm a trainer or Rajvin, you are a trainer or whatever, right? You tend to get angry sometimes, right? But here, that is the only thing we need to work on. That is why it is a daily working on ourselves. That is why we do all these kind of sessions, right? I've been coaching people, business owners, for last couple of years. I've been hundreds of business owners. I must have coaches by now. Must have done all these coaching. The basic things which we these emotions, लोगों को अपने एम्प्लॉइज के साथ गुस्सा करना है, उसके बाद वो रिलेशंस खराब हो जाते हैं. एक अच्छा बड़ा सिस्टम चल रहा है, वो सिस्टम ब्रेक हो जाता है, राइट? बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन बिहेवियर पैटर्न्स, राइट? कॉर्पोरेट्स में बॉसेस एंड एम्प्लॉइज के साथ रिलेशंस खराब हो जाते हैं because of behavioral patterns, because people doesn't understand what is the consequences is going to be, right? And then we say it's part of their nature and part of his or her nature, right? So we need to, I'll tell you that how to deal with those people also when we talk about anger issues further. So these are the things which happens usually when we get angry. Now some outward characteristics. अभी हमने biological factors की बात करी. Now anger doesn't look the same in everyone, as I said, and we all express it in a different ways. Some outward characteristics you might notice in anger is your raised voice, right? अगर मैं anger में हूं, then my voice will automatically be raised, right? ये आपने गौर किया होगा. जब भी आप बात करते हो गुस्से से, तो आपकी voice का level of voice becomes more higher pitch, your tone pitch becomes higher, right? And then there are certain things. Clenched fists, मुट्ठी भींच लेते हैं हम. अगर आप ध्यान दोगे तो ये सारे actions हम knowingly कर रहे होते हैं, right? Frowning, very common. Frowning, a clenched jaw. जब आप गुस्से में होगे, आप जब बात करने के तरीके से ही पता लग जाएगा कि you are आपका jaw, जैसे jaw को भींच लेना, right? Physically trembling, and when you higher state of anger, you are trembling also, right? There are people when they raise their voice, they get through these emotions, they tremble physically. Then rapid heartbeats. इससे क्या होता है? आपकी heartbeats तेज होती हैं. उस time you get rapid heartbeats. And then sweating, excessively sweating. These are the things which define us that you are in that particular emotion of anger, right? So these are the certain things which we notice for a person who is in anger at any particular point of time or any particular situation, or handling some difficult situation, right? Now, what can be the complications? What can be the complications of anger? So we'll see that one by one. Anger is completely normal and typically healthy emotion. If we take it that way, if we are able to handle it in a proactive manner, right? So it is a healthy emotion. You cannot escape from it. It is a natural phenomena that is going to happen, right? However, it can be detrimental to both your emotional and physical health. अगर आपने इसका ध्यान नहीं दिया, अगर you are out of control, right? If you lose your control, then it can be very, very detrimental to your emotional and physical health, right? Emotional and physical health दोनों पे effect होगा, right? And when you are angry, your body goes through some physiological and biological changes, as I have said earlier. Putting your body through these changes often by repeatedly getting angry can lead to medical conditions and complications, such as complications can be what? Complications can be high blood pressure. You can be a patient of high blood pressure, right? So most of the people these days, हम इसको कहते हैं lifestyle diseases. Yes, it's a lifestyle disease, but these kind of issues also have enhanced these kind of complications in our life, right? Being in anger, right? So high blood pressure, depression. Lot of people of depression, lot of cases of depression is being seen these days, right? Anxiety, panic attacks. Anxiety को अगर आप नहीं कैटर करोगे तो आगे जाके वो पैनिक अटैक्स में बढ़ जाएंगे. Insomnia, रात को नींद नहीं आती है लोगों को. These are the complications because of anger. Anger thing is one very important factor in these complications, right? आप अपने जीवन को पीछे look back करके देखो, आप जैसे जिंदगी जी रहे हैं उसको देखो, क्या हम जो है एंगर को कितना हैंडल करते हैं, किस तरीके से हैंडल करते हैं. If you are getting out of control of your anger, these things are bound to happen. And not today, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, maybe 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, you are going to get these kind of effects, right? So medically and emotionally, physically, ये सारी चीजें आपको affect करेंगे. Now, substance abuse also, gastric ulcers, bowel disease like IBS, and even diabetes. The people who are constantly in that kind of a emotion, जिनकी habit है, pattern बन चुका है, now these things can affect those persons. And there are researches when patients go and meet their doctors. Doctors have documented that. Doctors have documented all these. They have analyzed their patterns, right? So these are the things, these are the complications you can have if you are not working on your anger issues, right? So there are complications which needs to be taken care of. Proactively, we need to work on that, and then we'll be able to check our anger, level of anger, kind of, right? So we talked about complications. Now let us understand causes. But before I go further, any thought, any question, anything which anybody would like to share, which can be important to the group? Anything till now, what we have talked?
Sandeep sir, one thing.
Yes.
When we read scriptures, we read about वो उस ऋषि ने दुर्वासा ने श्राप दे दिया, उसने विश्वामित्र ने श्राप दे दिया. तो इतने बड़े बड़े रियलाइज सोल एंगर में आके करते हैं ना, एंगर, जेलेसी, कोई भी वाइसेस हैं जो भी है, तो वो लोग तो इतना मेडिटेट करते हैं, वो करते हैं. तो हम लोग तो बहुत हम्बल सिंपल ह्यूमन बीइंग हैं, तो हमारे लिए तो ये नॉर्मल कोर्स है कि ट्रिगर हो जाए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. लेकिन वही बात है कि यस, वेरी वेरी गुड. एंड हमें अगर अपने ट्रिगर्स पॉइंट का पता लग जाए कि हमें कौन से ऐसे मेरे ट्रिगर्स पॉइंट्स हैं जिसकी वजह से मेरा ये एंगर का जो है इशू आ जाता है, या मैं एंगर में आ जाता हूं या आ जाती हूं, तो उस पे हम काम कर सकते हैं. एंड एज आई सेड, इट्स नॉट ए ओवरनाइट वर्क, इट्स ए कांस्टेंट वर्क, इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ ए डेली प्रैक्टिस काइंड ऑफ ए वर्क, राइट? So let us understand the causes. What can be the causes? Anger can be caused by either external or internal influence, as a person or an event could make you angry, right? आपको let's say कि कोई एक व्यक्ति या कोई ऐसा इवेंट हो जो कि आपको आपका जो एंगर लेवल ऑफ एंगर है उसको बढ़ा देता है, right? You can become more, किसी particular person से आपको you're getting difficulty in dealing with that particular person or particular event जो हुआ, right? So so what are the ways we have to overcome anger? We can see, we'll talk about it. So a person or an event could make you angry. Now going further, you might feel angry when you are emotionally hurt. अब ये causes की अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूं, तो आपको किसी ने अगर emotionally hurt कर दिया है, या आपको threaten किया है, या आप pain में हो, या आप किसी के साथ confrontation mode में हो, right? So you become angry and you might feel angry. वो हो सकता है कि आपका anger emotion इतना बढ़ जाए कि that becomes a kind of a unavoidable situation, right? Argument, confrontation, right? So you are going towards that kind of a negativity, right? So anger is often caused by a trigger. We were talking about the trigger part, right? So anger is often caused by a trigger that this could be either rational or irrational, or most of the time ये triggers होते हैं वो rational और irrational दोनों हो सकते हैं, लेकिन I would say that most of the time these are irrational also. Some common triggers that can cause anger. Now we'll see about those things which are usually common according to the research which has been published also, right? कि क्या common triggers हैं हमारी life में जो जिससे कि हमारा level of anger जो है वो बढ़ जाता है या anger issues आते हैं. Let us see. Dealing with the loss of loved one. This is the thing कि आपने कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति near and dear राइट, वो नहीं है अब। सो या कोई ऐसा लॉस हो गया है, फाइनेंशियल लॉस हो गया है, राइट, या कोई फिजिकल लॉस हो गया है, मे बी यू हैव मेट विद एन एक्सीडेंट, यू हैव बीन फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी हो गई है, वॉट एवर, राइट। सो dealing with the loss or of a loved one, this is number one. Then losing a job, either you're losing a job, you've lost the job, right? There are people who have lost the job during past couple of years, we have seen very closely, right? And आज की डेट में भी अभी रिसेशन चल रहा है ओवर द दुनिया में चल रहा है, यूएस वगैरह की अगर हम बात करें, losing a job is a reality, right? Not doing good in business, right? This is also a common cause of that you being irritated, and that takes you to the your emotion resulting into anger issues, right? So losing a job, going through a breakup, maybe relationship issues, lot of relationship issues are coming these days, right? So you are going through a breakup issues, so that is also part that आपका जो emotional level पे जो hurt की मैंने बात की थी, that is causing you that you're getting more angry, often you're becoming angry. Failing at a job or a task, maybe आपको जो कोई काम दिया गया है, maybe कोई आपको job दी गई है, या जो job आप कर रहे हैं, right, वो आप नहीं कर पा रहे हैं ढंग से, right, that is taking you to or causing you anger issues. Being fatigued, always being fatigued, हमेशा थके हुए रहना, right, you are in that mode most of the time, right, and you're not being able to do a particular job or task, whatever, you're being fatigued most of the time, then that creates a hell lot of negativity, as I say, and it will conclude in your anger. वो anger जो है वो आपके pent up चीजें होंगी और वो anger issues बनते चले जाएंगे अंदर से. Now anger could be a symptom और रिस्पॉन्स टू ए मेडिकल कंडीशन ऑल्सो. कई लोगों की कुछ ऐसी मेडिकल कंडीशंस हो जाती हैं जिसकी वजह से वो परमानेंटली या मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वो एक फ्रस्ट्रेटेड या एंगर में ही रहते हैं, एंगर में ही रहते हैं. आप देखोगे जब हम बड़े बुजुर्गों से जो ज्यादा एज के हो गए हैं, वो उनको पेन्स हैं, उनको बहुत सारी ऐसी तकलीफें आ जाती हैं, तो अगर आप उनसे बात करोगे तो वो मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम आपको झिड़क के भी बोलते हैं, बिकॉज क्या अंदर से कुछ ना कुछ वो जो है एंगर इश्यूज चल रहे हैं, राइट. एंगर कुड बी ए सिम्टम ऑफ डिप्रेशन, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंगर क्यों आ रहा है? क्योंकि हो सकता है कि आप में जो है डिप्रेशन के सिम्टम्स आने शुरू हो गए बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन फैक्टर्स. सब्सटेंस अब्यूज के केसेस तो बहुत ही ज्यादा हो गए हैं. ये अगर इस पे काफी रिसर्च है, काफी स्टडी है, विल टॉक इट लेटर, राइट. एंड डिप्रेशन इश्यूज, सब्सटेंस abuse, ADHD is also one of the major factor, and bipolar disorders. These are the factors or the causes which are reflecting in your anger issues, right. It is taking you in that particular area where your level of anger are being enhanced or being aggravated. So these are the causes. So when we talk about the causes, we need to find out, basically there are 2 or 3 types of angers. अब यहाँ पे मैं आपको कुछ definitions बताऊंगा, ये definitions याद रखने वाली हैं. इसको मैं थोड़ा simplify करके बताऊंगा, although it's a kind of a research, but I will tell you in a simplified manner. तो 3 तरह के एंगर होते हैं हमारे, 3 तरह के एंगर होते हैं. नंबर 1 कमिंग अप इज पैसिव एग्रेसिव एंगर. पैसिव एग्रेसिव एंगर, ये अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए, नॉट बिकॉज यू आर ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ साइकोलॉजी और समथिंग लाइक दैट, बट हमने तो साइकोलॉजी पढ़ी हुई है. पैसिव एग्रेसिव एंगर. सो पैसिव एग्रेसिव एंगर क्या है? Here a person tries to repress their anger to avoid dealing with it, but typically ends up expressing it in an unhealthy and an undermining way, right? एक व्यक्ति जो है वो अपने एंगर को वो अवॉइड करता है डील करने के लिए पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन या कोई भी परिस्थिति, बट वो एक्चुअली एंड अप डूइंग इट अनहेल्दी वे में. उसको कोई हेल्दी वे पता नहीं है, अनहेल्दी वे में वो एक्सप्रेस करता है. दैट इज टिपिकली योर passive aggressive anger. right? And then the second type of anger is assertive anger. And now assertive anger is what? Assertive anger is, this can be healthy option. This is a healthy option, right? Anger to aana hi hai. It's a natural phenomena. It's a natural emotion, right? So this can be a healthy option to exercise, to express anger. It involves handling anger in a controlled manner. जैसे अभी रिएक्शन और रिस्पॉन्ड की बात हो रही थी. It involves handling anger in a controlled manner by using your words to calmly explain and try to diffuse the situation. So you are handling that particular situation or an issue in a very, very calm way, right? And in a controlled manner. And your anger is thereby, your anger is being expressed in a non-threatening way. आप किसी को threaten नहीं कर रहे हो. आप उस situation को समझ के, उस situation को समझ के calm down रहते हुए controlled manner में आप उसको अपने emotion को exercise कर रहे हो, right? So this is the healthy option, assertive anger. So whenever you are in anger, let's be aware कि हमें assertive anger तो आना ही है. अब उसको handle कैसे करना है? Assertive anger को अगर हम handle करें, assertive anger के point of view से handle करो, that will be better for us. And the last one is openly aggressive anger. तो तीन चीजें हो गई, passive aggressive anger, assertive anger और openly aggressive anger. So इन तीनों में अभी openly का भी बता देता हूं. This type of anger might be accompanied by physical or verbal aggression. Physical aggression, यहाँ तक rage की बात कर लेते हैं, such as screaming or hitting things. यहाँ तक it's the level of anger has become more acute, right? The aim of this type of anger is typically to hurt somebody or hurt the person the anger is directed at, emotionally or physically. इसका openly aggressive anger है ये, कि जब आप या कोई भी व्यक्ति किसी को हर्ट करने के लिए, यानी वो हर्ट फिजिकल लेवल तक भी जा सकता है, इमोशनल लेवल पर भी जा सकता है, तो फिजिकली इमोशनल सभी चीज उसमें जो है इंक्लूड हो गई, राइट? सो these are the three types of anger. But if we have to exercise our anger, we have to, because हम यहाँ इससे हट नहीं सकते, इससे escape नहीं कर सकते, तो we need to exercise assertive anger. Assertive anger में हमारा जो है controlled fashion में, controlled manner में हम काम करेंगे, calmly काम करेंगे, और we'll try to diffuse that situation, right? And that would also be a non-threatening way. So that would be the best option to exercise assertive anger. Now, identifying anger. Anger does not look the same in everyone. As I said earlier in the slide, that intensity can be different from individual to individual. So anger does not look the same in everyone, as we all express it differently. For some people, screaming might be an outlet for their anger. कुछ लोग चीखते हैं, जो screaming करते हैं, can outlet for the anger, while others might express it by physically hitting an object or even another person. So intensity is different from individual to individual. Now, anger is a normal human emotion, but it is important to find healthy ways to express it. वही वाली बात आ गई कि हमें कैसे अपने आप को अवेयर रहना है कि उस पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन में हम कैसे एक्सरसाइज करें, अपने हेल्दी वेज क्या क्या हैं, कि हम जो है वैसी स्थिति में ना आए, उसको एक्यूट ना बनने दें. एक्सप्रेसिंग एंगर हेल्दीली इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर योर मेंटल हेल्थ. इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू, फॉर योर मेंटल हेल्थ, टू एक्सरसाइज caution and also express your anger in a healthy ways. Now we'll see what are those healthy ways. Now, healthy ways of expressing anger. Number one, walk away. First of all, आपका किसी के साथ कहीं भी कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन है, कोई कन्फ्रंटेशन है, कोई डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन है, कोई कन्फ्रंटेशन चल रही है, आर्गुमेंट चल रही है, although it will sound weird, it will sound something rude to somebody else, but you need to walk away from that particular situation at that particular point of time. No issues. लोगों को कहने जो जो कहते हैं, आप उस सिचुएशन से वॉक अवे कर जाइए, वहां से हट जाइए, walk away from that particular situation. That is number one. It's one of the healthy ways. It's the best healthy ways. आप avoid करो वो situation, confrontation हो रही है, होता क्या है, a particular confrontation, argument, when somebody is saying something, you are in anger, he is in anger or she is in anger, what we are trying to do is we are trying to prove our point and we are arguing more than the other person. So वो never ending process हो जाता है. Am I right? Are you with me? Right? So
Yes.
walk away from those situations. Walk away from those situations. Take deep breaths. Deep breath breath पे हमें बहुत काम करना है. Breath पे हमें बहुत काम करना है. Take deep breaths. As you practice deep breathing, it will help you to come out of that particular situation or particular जो आप उस स्थिति में फंस गए हो, उससे आप धीरे धीरे निकल आओगे, because your focus will be आपकी breath पे आ जाएगा. And then move your body पे कहने का मतलब यहाँ पे ये है कि physically you do exercise, right? Maybe walk away, as I said, and then उस situation को आपने handle किया, walk away, and then when that particular confrontation or whatever it is occupied space in your mind, now go physical level pe, walking, running, jogging, whatever, go to gym, whatever you do, you start exercising, your entire thing will go out of your system, because your focus will change, your body hormones, the happy hormones will start coming in, right? And then you will feel well, you will feel good. So these are the healthy ways of expressing angers. ऐसा नहीं है कि एंगर नहीं आएगा, आपको सिचुएशन डेली हैंडल करनी है, होंगी सिचुएशंस, घर में होंगी, बाहर होंगी, प्रोफेशनल लेवल पे होंगी, इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे होंगी, बट यू नीड टू नो हाउ टू एक्सरसाइज योर ways, right? Write a journal. Writing a journal, we are all, that is why I am a pro, always in favor of writing a journal, right? It gives you a lot of awareness. It gives you a lot of awareness. It will give you a lot of things जो आपके सबकॉन्शियस माइंड से जो आप काम करते हो, तो वो एक हैबिट बन जाएगी. आपको अपनी सिचुएशंस का पता लग जाएगा, आपको अपने ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स का पता लग जाएगा कि कौन कौन से ऐसे ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स हैं जिससे मेरा लेवल ऑफ एंगर बढ़ जाता है या मैं एंगर इश्यूज को फेस करता हूं या करती हूं, राइट? सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू राइट अ जर्नल. People take it lightly, but I have particularly seen results coming out of it. So do not take journaling lightly. Make a practice, make a habit, right? Although it seems difficult in the beginning, but that is why we do daily journaling, right? We had a challenge also, 21-day challenge also. Then people may have gone and got some output also, or results also. Indulge in yoga or meditation. Yoga or meditation may indulge. Meditation is a very good way. Last time we did Shunya meditation, right? So indulge in these kind of activities. These are the healthy ways of expressing anger. Avoid alcohol when you are in, if you take alcohol, but if you are in that state of mind, वो फिल्मी वे में नहीं करना है आपको कि हीरो को कुछ आया, गुस्सा आया, वो जाके बार में बैठ गया, right? So avoid alcohol when you are angry. These will aggravate your situations. These will aggravate your negative hormones, right? Whatever hormones you call it, right? So avoid alcohol when you are angry or angry. Sorry. Box your anger. Now, when I'm saying box your anger, this simply means is that when you are in that particular kind of a situation, जब आप गुस्सा आ ही गया आपको, तो आप उसको कैसे express कर रहे हो? You can start punching a pillow, right? You can take a paper and crush it, right? You can do these kind of activities. You can do these kind of things, right? इससे आपका जो है, you will express, आपका फोकस जो है वो डिफरेंट, आपका माइंड डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन पे चले जाएगा, उस सिचुएशन को आप बेटर हैंडल कर पाओगे, आपके दिमाग में वो स्पेस बनेगी जो कि यू विल गेट इनसाइट ऑटोमेटिकली कि इस सिचुएशन को मैं कैसे और बेटर हैंडल कर सकता हूँ या इस पर्सन से और कैसे मैं डील कर सकता हूँ. तो बॉक्स योर एंगर. Releasing anger through creative means. Creative means you can drawing, painting, all these things you can adopt, right? and get proper sleep. Get proper sleep. 8 hours sleep is recommended. And most important, look out for your trigger. आपको ट्रिगरिंग पॉइंट क्या है आपके, वो आपको पता होने चाहिए. देन यू विल बी एबल टू हैंडल इट. वो जर्नलिंग करोगे तो आपको पता लग जाएगा. और भी चीजें जो है आपको धीरे धीरे पता लगती जाएंगी. ये मेरा ट्रिगरिंग पॉइंट है, इसको मैंने अवॉइड करना है. सो लुकआउट की कौन से ऐसे ट्रिगर्स हैं जो कि आपको एग्रीवेट करते हैं या उस सिचुएशन में आपका लेवल ऑफ जो इश्यूज हैं, एंगर इश्यूज हैं, वो बढ़ा देते हैं. राइट नाउ साइंस ऑफ एंगर, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एंगर इश्यूज. तो यहाँ पे हम साइन देख लेते हैं कि क्या ऐसे साइंस हैं एंगर इश्यूज के. देन विल टेल यू हाउ टू डील विद पीपल हु आर हैविंग एंगर इश्यूज. राइट, anger management issues can manifest in many different ways, which can include the person often seems irritable. Now note down, these signs are very important for you to understand, right? So you will be able to identify either in you or in somebody else. The person often seems irritable either with themselves or other people, right? या तो अपने आप से ही प्रॉब्लम है या दूसरे लोगों के साथ प्रॉब्लम है. So always it's a irritable kind of a situation, frustrated kind of a situation. The person often, then the person is prone to snapping when there is simple question पूछा गया, उसको snap कर देते हैं. The person is prone to snapping when they are asked simple question. It happens day in day out in our families, in our society, in our offices, right? The person seems angry or tense all the time with no identifiable triggers. उसके पास कोई ऐसा ट्रिगर भी नहीं है, कोई आइडेंटिफाइड ट्रिगर भी नहीं है कि जिससे उसका जो है जो एंगर बढ़ेगा. बट दैट पर्सन सीम्स एंग्री एंड टेंस ऑल द टाइम. कोई आइडेंटिफाइड एंगर इश्यूज नहीं है, उसके आइडेंटिफाइड ट्रिगर इश्यूज नहीं है, ट्रिगर्स नहीं है, बट दैट पर्सन इज एंग्री, सीम्स एंग्री ऑल द टाइम and tense all the time. The person behaves aggressively when they get angry. Very common signs of anger issues. Behaves aggressively. You will see that the person behaves very, very aggressively when they get angry. The person tends to hold a grudge. कोई बात हुई, कोई पास्ट इवेंट हुआ, कोई आर्गुमेंट हुई, 6 महीने पहले हुई, साल पहले हुई, बट वो ग्रज, रिजेंटमेंट अभी तक रखी हुई है. The person tends to hold a grudge and entertains thought about exacting revenge. कैसे मैं उससे बदला लूं, उसने मुझे ये बोला था, राइट? ये इस बात पे आर्गुमेंट हुई थी, वो ग्रज रख के बैठा हुआ है या बैठी हुई है, तो वो this is anger issues in her or him, right? It will lead to the anger issues. The person hurts themselves or other, either verbally, acute situations में, chronic situation में, the person hurts themselves or other, either verbally, emotionally or physically. वो situation भी आ जाती है अगर chronic या acute हो जाए. The person gets extremely irritated. पहले तो मैंने irritated की बात की, अब यहाँ पे person gets extremely irritated at slight annoyance. Slight annoyance मैंने शुरुआत में बात की थी. छोटी सी भी बात को बात का बतंगड़ बना लेना. छोटा सा भी अगर कोई एक annoyed कुछ भी हो गया, or petty things, certain petty things which may not have that kind of a relevance which that person has made it. The person gets extremely irritated at slight annoyance or petty things, often beyond what it seems like a normal reaction, right? So the person is intolerant of others. छोटी सी कोई mistake हो गई, गलती हो गई, या किसी की कुछ weakness है, उस पे एकदम पारा हाई हो जाता है. The person is in so anger issues हैं. That means the person is having anger issues. The person gets angry at the memory of things. Past में कुछ ऐसी चीज हो गई है जो कि इसको upset किया हुआ है, जैसे मैंने grudges की बात करी, right? So उस चीज को याद करके angry होना. So that means the person is facing anger issues. He is not able to deal with it. The person is often sulking. Often in that kind of a mode, often sulking mode. Mostly. That means he is having anger issues. The person expresses their rage by slamming doors, punching walls, and other aggressive behavior. You will find it in acute situation, chronic situation. That person expresses their rage by दरवाजा bang करके, दीवार पे punch करके, or these are part of aggressive behavior. The person gets violent when they are angry hurting themselves or others around them. So I'm talking about those people who have got certain kind of issues. If they are doing that, then definitely they have anger issues in a chronic manner, acute manner. The person becomes a level 10 angry. अब यहाँ पे level 10 angry एक छोटा सा जो ट्रिगर है आपका at a level of 1 or 2 or 3 वाले पॉइंट पे है, बट उसका जो एंगर है वो level 10 पे पहुंच गया. So that means he is not able to handle his emotion, anger wala emotion. So there are certain things. Now इसका impact क्या पड़ता है relationship पे? Relationship पे impact क्या पड़ता है? Some of the ways that anger issues can affect a personal relationship: friends, family members, and co-workers may feel like they have to walk on eggshells. कैसे बात करूं? Avoid करते हैं, right? बात करना ही उनसे एक बहुत बड़ा टास्क है when dealing with a person who has anger issues. Now, explosive anger issues can make it hard for others to trust the person. You lose your trustworthiness. People may not trust you if you are facing, you are not able to handle your anger issues, right? Speak honestly to them. The people will not be honest to you, right? They will not be comfortable around you. So in fact, you will be more in negativity. And negativity ये होगी कि relationship वो रहेगा ही नहीं. Ultimately, you will be alone. The person anger issue can lead them to feel socially isolated. Yes, socially isolated, because people don't want to be around with this kind of behavior. Who wants to be near those kind of person who behaves like that, right? So it is clearly your relationships are getting sore, right? And aggressive and violent tendencies can put the person's family and friends at risk for harm, right? In domestic violences, right? Because behavioral patterns, the anger issues, right? Aggressive and violent tendencies. Now, your relationship will not be there. Ultimately, it will end, right? So these are the certain things which can impact your relationship if you're facing.
Can you stop sending this yoga this thing on Rabalogia, that man, this last? Can you stop sending? Okay, you are so free.
Please,
I'm not that
unmute,
free, but
please.
you and saw this thing, and you stop it. I got no.
How to deal with someone? This is a very important slide. How to deal with someone who has anger issues. Now, I'll give you certain insights here, right? Up to, let's say you are leading a life, you have to handle people around you, right? So some strategies that can help you deal with a person who has anger issues. Number one, stay calm. Practice calmness. Stay calm and try not to lash out in response, even if it seems difficult. It is a difficult task, but you have to try. You have to be in that kind of a calmness wala mode, right? And try not to lash out in response, right? So respond or react. जैसे शुरुआत में बात हुई थी. Stay calm. Give the person space to self-regulate. उस person को आप space दे दो self-regulate के लिए, regulation के लिए, and letting them know that you are open to talk when you both calm down. So handle that kind of a situation with then when we both are calm, in that kind of a state of mind where we both are calm, then we'll talk about it. Let it go for the time being. Set emotional and physical boundaries. Very, very important. Set emotional and physical boundaries in order to look after your own well-being, because being with anger issues, people will take a lot of energy, and your own mental health is at stake, right? So set emotional and physical boundaries with that kind of people. Communicate your limits to them before and after heated conflicts. अब पहले जो है आप उनको ये communicate कर दो कि उस टाइम हम ये कोई ऐसी बात नहीं करने वाले, right? हम अपनी फिजिकल बाउंड्रीज, इमोशनल बाउंड्री सेट कर लेंगे, एंड रादर देन अटेम्प्टिंग टू डू व्हेन थिंग्स आर हीटेड. जब वो इस चीज को बड़ी क्लैरिटी के साथ अगर हम अवेयर होके करें, तो विल बी एबल टू हैंडल anger issues in a much better way. Avoid making statements like, when you are in that kind of a confrontation mode, argument mode, आप ये sentences use मत करो. Although that is why I said कि it doesn't happen, ये होता नहीं है, लेकिन हमको practice करना है. Practice makes a man perfect. Avoid making statements like, why are you angry? अगर आप बोलोगे why are you angry, he will become more angry. She become more angry. Why are you angry? It is not a big deal. Or stop being so emotional, sensitive, or dramatic. So don't use these kind of statements when you are facing that kind of a situation with a person, right? Or an event or wherever, right? When you are listening to a loved one with anger management issues, किसी के आपके किसी भी near and dears को anger issues हैं, so जब आप सुन रहे हो, remind yourself that it is not your responsibility to fix it. It is his or her responsibility. It is not your. So don't be in that kind of a guilt or shame. You do not need to change yourself. आपको अपने आप को change नहीं करना है in any way to avoid or stop their anger. It is their life. It is, they have to work on it. You have to make them realize, you have to help him or her, whatever, right? But don't आप अपने आप को victim मत बना लेना, right? When you are, listen to them, but remind yourself that it is not your responsibility to fix it, right? Not at all. If the situation escalates, call a timeout. This is very important activity. If a situation escalates, call a timeout and take some space from each other. It takes at least 20 minutes for the nervous system to come back to the normal things. Normal chemical flow होने में जो है आप जो है calm down होने में आपको इतना time लग जाता है, right? So if situation escalates, call a timeout and take some space from each other. It takes at least 20 minutes. Now, these reflections we will do later on. Maybe next session हम reflections में बात करेंगे. अभी what we will do is we will have a we'll practice meditation. We'll practice meditation because no reflections का time नहीं है. We're already going to be 9. So reflection I will send you in your in our WhatsApp group. These are the questions. How to manage your anger. There are questions. आप उसका reply लिख के आप अपने journaling कर सकते हो ये सारी चीजें. I'll send you in the WhatsApp group, right? But you have to do it. You have to do it. Anger in relationship, managing my anger. So these are the questions. These are simple questions. You can answer them, right? But right now, what we are going to do is we are going to do a small meditation, and then this meditation is basically, it will make you more aware of your maybe thought process. So let us do it together. Let us do it together. Listen to my instructions very, very carefully, and then do it accordingly. People who are on video, they're good. If people are not on video, they can come on video, or even if they are not on video, please do that seriously and as I say. All right. So relax yourself first, wherever you are. जहाँ भी हैं, जैसे भी हैं, बस लेटना नहीं है, right? Be it in a comfortable position, right? Be in that mode. Be relaxed as possible. Be relaxed, right? Now, just be relaxed. Absolutely relaxed. Whatever is happening outside, nothing is matter. Nothing is bothering you. So be relaxed. Close your eyes fully. Close your eyes. Everyone, close your eyes. Now, सांस लेनी है आपको. Now, नाक से सांस लेनी है. You have to take breath from your nose. Breathe from your nose and मुंह से छोड़ना है. नाक से लेना है, मुंह से छोड़ना है. Do it 3-4 times. नाक से सांस लेनी है, मुंह से छोड़नी है. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, what we are going to do is, as you're closed your eyes, words of affirmations that create warmth and tenderness in ourselves or for ourselves. There are certain affirmations So while you are closing, आंख बंदी रहेगी, or you silently you can repeat after me. Silently you can repeat after me. Listen to me very carefully. May I be safe. Speak silently in your mind. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be at ease. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be
at ease.
at ease. May I be at ease. You don't have to speak in your mind. Now, as you're saying to yourself these positive affirmations, bring to mind someone you are upset with. Bring in mind someone you are upset with. Observe how your body responds. Bring those persons or person you are upset with. Observe your body. Notice your body. How does it respond? Then offer them the same feeling of warmth and tenderness. The same warmth or tenderness अपने लिए की थी. Now you have to offer the same warmth and tenderness to that particular person. May I be safe. May I be at peace. May I be at ease. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be at ease. Offer them this. Sit with this feeling. Sit with this feeling. Notice there might be some resistance. There might be some resistance in relation with your particular person. Accept that resistance. Accept your thought of resistance. And then let it go. Sit with this for a couple of minutes in the same state of mind of offering them. You've done your bit, you've done your best. Now, what this is doing is that this is creating an awareness of anger within us or within you, while creating space in our mind to transform into compassion for that particular person. Be in that state of compassion. And as and when you feel comfortable, rub your palms and open your eyes. So with this, I end my session. Any questions, any clarifications? It is open. I hope I may have added some value today in your life in this beautiful morning. Thank you so much.
Sandeep ji, I will practice the affirmations. May I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be at ease.
Says, what does it say?
May I be safe, may I be peaceful,
Yeah.
may I be at ease.
May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be at ease.
So,
Right?
as you were saying, how do I avoid the triggers again?
So you have to see. You have to exercise. You have to identify. Keep on identifying that what are those points which are your trigger points, or which are becoming your trigger points. What are those situations? What are those situations? What are those things which takes you to your own anger issues, maybe? Or
but how do I know the anger is coming?
So that's why I emphasize on the journaling part also, because you will be aware, because the solution is with you only. Your trigger points you can only know, and you will be able to know those trigger points when you are aware of them. And awareness, one very good thing is journaling parts, right? And do it daily. You will be able to, I'm sure you will be able to identify your trigger points. And then once you identify your trigger points, you will be able to work out on that. So avoid that trigger points, and then you are good to go. Right? Okay. Any question? Any questions? Otherwise, we will end this session. Thank you so much, Ashmi ji.
Thank you, Sandeep ji, for a wonderful
Thank you,
session.
Shabana ji. That's it for today.